Look at this image. On the left, you've got the what-if monster. He's sweating. He's clutching a script he's read 1,000 times, and he's convinced the audience is actually a pack of wolves. On the right, that's the version of you that actually showed up. Same stage. Same audience. Different mindset. Most people spend 90% of their lives behind that curtain. Today, I'm going to show you how to pull it back without having a total meltdown. Fear doesn't scream at you. It whispers. It's like that one friend who only wants what's best for you, but constantly reminds you that your fly might be unzipped. Example. Think about the first time you tried to post a video or speak up in a meeting. Your brain didn't say don't do it. It said, hey, what if everyone thinks you're weird? We call this the spotlight effect. We think everyone is staring at our mistakes, but honestly, everyone else is too busy worrying about their own unzipped fly to notice yours. I remember sitting in a coffee shop 3 years ago, staring at a publish button on my laptop for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I had convinced myself that the moment I clicked it, a secret alarm would go off at YouTube HQ and a team of professional critics would fly to my house just to tell me my lighting was bad. I was sweating through my shirt over a video that, at the time, literally 0 people were waiting for. We treat our fear like it's a high-stakes thriller, but in reality, it's usually just us overanalyzing a script that nobody else has even read yet. Here is the psychological trick to kill that whisper. Fear asks, what if I fail? Courage asks, what if I don't? Let's do some quick math. If you stay behind the curtain, your chance of success is exactly 0%. If you step out, even if you trip on the microphone cord, you're at 50%. I like those odds. When I started this channel, I was the guy on the left. I had 47 drafts of my first script. I was waiting for the perfect moment. Newsflash. The perfect moment is a myth invented by people who want to sell you planners. The moment you step out is when the courage actually shows up, not before. Think about J.K. Rowling or even Mr. Beast in the early days. They didn't start with a masterpiece. They started with a what if I just try this? Jimmy was recording videos on a cracked phone screen in his bedroom. He wasn't waiting for a $100,000 set. He was just asking, what if I keep going? The difference between the person on the left and the person on the right isn't talent. It's that the person on the right decided that the pain of staying behind the curtain was finally greater than the fear of stepping onto the stage. So how do we move from the dark side of this image to the light? We use the 5-second rule. When you feel that fear whisper, you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you move. Physical movement shuts down the overthinking part of your brain. Funny aside, it's like jumping into a cold pool. If you stand on the edge and test the water with your toe for 20 minutes, you'll never jump. You'll just end up with one cold toe and a lot of regret. Just jump. The water's fine once you're in. I used this exact trick last month when I had to make a phone call I was dreading. My brain was listing 1,000 reasons to do it later, which we all know is code for never. I felt that familiar tightness in my chest, that fear side of the image taking over. I hit 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, I tapped the call button before I could even process what I was doing. Guess what? The call took 2 minutes, the problem was solved, and I spent the rest of the day wondering why I'd let a tiny piece of glass and plastic hold me hostage for 3 days. Movement is the ultimate cheat code for courage. Now, let's be real. Stepping forward doesn't mean you'll never feel nervous again. It just means you've decided that your mission is louder than your fear. This isn't about some magic overnight transformation. It's about the habit of showing up. Whether you're building a business, a relationship, or a YouTube channel, the stage is where the growth happens. You can't get a standing ovation from the dressing room. Imagine a professional athlete. Do you think they don't get butterflies before a championship game? Of course they do. The difference is they've trained themselves to see those butterflies as energy, not as a warning sign to run away. They've spent so much time on the courage side of our image that the stage feels more like home than the curtain does. Every time you step out, even if you stumble, you are literally rewiring your brain to recognize that you are a person who acts. You are building the muscle of anyway. As in, I'm scared, but I'm doing it anyway. Fear whispers, what if you fail? Courage steps forward anyway. Which one are you choosing today? If you're ready to pull back the curtain, drop a line in the comments and tell me what bold action you're willing to take. And if this video resonated with you, check out the rest of our channel for more self-improvement content. See you out there.